If you'd like to follow along, head on over to my website, sacredbeautyart.com, and download this practice image. So let's open Procreate. We're going to hit photo up here. I have to find the photo. First thing we're going to do is go to our actions panel, canvas, drawing guide, edit drawing guide, and symmetry. And if it's a little off center, don't forget to move it around so that it looks symmetrical. And I just want to change the color by sliding up here at the top. I think let's do white. Okay, hit done. You can see that her photo is a little off center. How we want to fix that is go to your layers panel. Make sure that the image layer is selected. We're gonna go to the arrow up here, and you see this green bar. We're just gonna align it so that her face is more in the center, so that our symmetry is on point. And I want to make the image a little bigger so that it fills the page. Hit the arrow again, and just as the previous video, we're going to our layers panel, hit the plus icon, and rename this to practice. We love to practice. Okay, now what are you forgetting to do? Remember that we have to click the layer and make sure drawing assist is selected. Let's choose the brow mapping brush that we want to use. Let's choose solid. And what color should I map her? So when you're doing somebody's eyebrows, you want to check to see where their eyebrow starts. So that's where I'm going to put my first line here. And you can see it was mirrored, but I'm going to go a little smaller. There we go. You can see our first brow mapping line. Let's do the top of the eyebrow. This will determine the thickness of the brow. I don't want it too thick. Now I'm going to do our vertical line. And you want this line to be about 2 centimeters away from the tear duct, or right here in the nose. Now let's do her arch. I'm going straight through her pupil. Let's see where her tail should end. This should line up close to her lash line. Just finding where I want her arch to be. I think right there is good. And now her tail. Now that we have the measurements, let's go to the layers panel, add a new layer, drawing assist. And you can rename this layer if you want to. I'm not going to. Now I'm just gonna mark where they intersect. So now we can turn the brow mapping layer off. Turn that off. Let's add a new layer. I'm gonna rename this to shape. Make sure drawing assist is selected. So to create the shape, I'm going to use the brow mapping sketch brush. Let's lower the size a little. To do the outline, you can also use the outline brush. I want to use the brow mapping sketch brush. Now we can turn off our guide. You can see we have a nice outline for us to practice. Let's try the microblading strokes. Now we have to create a new layer, drawing assist, and this, we are going to rename this to Microblading Strokes. Then if we go to our palette, let's do medium brown. I'm just gonna go through this pretty quickly. So there we go, microblading strokes before and after. And if you want to mess with the lightness and the darkness. You just click the layer and you will see blending modes here. If you scroll through, to make it look darker, I can use multiply and lower the opacity. So this looks very natural. It almost looks like it's part of the picture. So you can see that she needs a little cleaning up in this area. Let me show you how to clean that up. First, we need our shape layer on. Then we're going to go to layer 1 where the image is located. Make sure you are on this image. What you can do is hit this little tool. Make sure you have the correct size, and I'm just gonna go over the little hairs until they disappear. This is the blending tool. You can blend away. Let's go back to our shape and turn it off. Now we can see that those little hairs are gone. Another way you can do this is something very important. We want to take drawing assist off of the image layer. We do not want drawing assist connected with this layer so that when we do the clone tool, it won't affect both sides. It will just affect one side. So this is how you clean up any hairs that you want to take out. What you do is go up to the adjustments panel and go to the clone tool. Make sure you are choosing the cleanup erase brush. And what this does is it clones any area that you put the circle on. It's going to clone it. So we literally just put an eyeball on her cheek. Double tap to undo. So what we want to do here is I'm going to drag it around here where she doesn't have eyebrow hair, and I'm just gonna clone that area a little bit. I'm gonna keep moving it. So right there, you can see that it's all cleaned up now. Now let's go to our shape layer and turn that off. Now you can see that we cleaned up those hairs that were coming out right there. So what do you think? This is the Microblading Strokes brush. How about we add a little more definition? Let's open up the brushes and choose shading. Next, let's create a shading layer. Let's rename this to shading. Let's also hit drawing assist. And I want to use a slightly darker color. Let's use dark brown. Make sure you are on the correct layer. And let me just turn on the shape layer just so I have a guide to follow. Okay, let's turn off that shape layer, see how this looks. This is her eyebrows before, and this will give her an idea of how combo brows would look on her. This is how microblading would look on her. Now let's try powder brows. Make a new layer, name this one powder brows. Drawing assist. I'm just gonna turn my iPad. Okay, let's turn off the shape layer. There's still a few hairs that I want to clean up over here. Clone tool. I noticed some hairs over here, so I want to put the circle closest to where I want to clone because I want the skin tones to be similar. The clone tool does take some time to get used to. And lastly, we're going to turn the drawing guide off so that we get rid of that line. So here is what powder brows looks like on our model. This is what combo brows looks like on our model. And this is what microblading looks like on our model. Which one do you like the best? So let's go over everything we did. We did brow mapping, then we marked our points, outlined our shape, added microblading strokes, some shading to create combo brows, and then we also did powder brows. So if you want to send this to a client or you want to save it, we're gonna go over to the actions panel, share, go to PNG, and then hit save image. Now the image is successfully exported into your photos. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Thank you so much for watching.